Hey guys, it's Lego Maestro here, and welcome back to another episode of Hypixel Alert. Now, we have got so much news that I am back for the third day in a row with a Hypixel Alert. In this episode, we're going to be talking about a Hypixel Pit update that has everybody mad, and on top of that, TimeDeo has officially been unwiped from Skyblock. Now, of course, before we get into that, my cape is still in the shop if you're interested. My hat as well looks pretty fantastic. And of course, if you want to stay up to date on everything going on in the Hypixel network, then I would check and make sure you're subscribed down below. And with that, you guys, let's get into the news. Now, starting off our news this week, our first story is coming from the Lunar client, the one that I'm partnered with at the moment. And just a couple of days ago, they released an update that had everybody excited, and then things took a turn for the worst. A popular Bed Wars YouTuber known as Meltdown tweeted out, saying, finally, showing that the Lunar client added official support for 1.15 and 1.16. As you can see, RKY was excited about this, along with a ton of other players, including myself. Very, very exciting stuff. Now, that being said, this was unfortunately a short-lived victory, because very soon after, it got removed. As of the time I'm recording this, there is no support for 1.15 and 1.16, like it never existed. Now, I of course had no idea what happened along with everyone else, so you guys know me, I had to get to the bottom of the situation, and I got a statement from one of the owners of the Lunar client, known as Psyche. He said, we wanted to get some more people on it to test it prior to a public release. We also did the same thing for 1.12, and we're hoping to fully release it before the end of the year. So that is very exciting stuff, because the end of the year is only a couple weeks away, which means that hopefully by the end of December 31st, Lunar has official support for 1.15 and 1.16. Now, honestly, it's going to be interesting to see if this affects the overall players on Hypixel that play on the new version. I don't think it will because of all the combat changes, but regardless, still a really great update. And speaking of permanent upgrades on Hypixel, ladies and gentlemen, our next story is one that I have exclusively on Hypixel Alert. And this one may upset a lot of people. For those that don't know, in the Hypixel Discord, there's actually a YouTuber lounge where only people with a YouTube rank can talk. And well, in this Discord, a YouTuber known as Zachariah said, I don't know who to ask this, but will gifting ranks, etc. be gone after Christmas? Or is it a permanent thing where you can gift people to obtain the dark blue plus color? And to this, Chilin, an admin on Hypixel, responded saying, perm. So ladies and gentlemen, I have been given permission to use this screenshot. It is now official that rank gifting on Hypixel is going to stay as an official thing. Is this really the future of Hypixel? Are lobbies doomed to be spammed with beggars for the end of time? I honestly have no clue personally, and hopefully admins are going to do something about it, because this cannot stay for the rest of Hypixel. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. But well, you guys, let me know what your thoughts are on this in the comments below. Definitely a controversial topic to say the least. And well, also in our news this week, our next story is coming from a small Skyblock YouTuber. He's actually upcoming, known as Egom. I don't know how you say his name, but ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of days ago, he became the first player to ever hit Catacombs level 40. He made a video on it titled, The Moment I Became the First True Adventurer, Catacombs level 40. For those that don't know, Catacombs is a skill earned through dungeons, and you guys, he did record his live reaction when he hit this insane milestone, so without further ado, here is that clip.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's see this, let's see this. Let's go. Did we? Catacombs 40. Catacombs 40. Catacombs 40. Okay, we just became the first player on the server to Cat 40. I'm gonna wait until the server closes, and I'm not gonna leave the server until this closes.
So what can I say, dude? Big congratulations. That is a lot of free time. And now for our next story. This one is also coming from Skyblock, and believe it or not, it's coming from the Hypixel Network Twitter. A couple of days ago, they tweeted out saying, we wanted to add a little more spice to your day, so take a sneak peek at something we're working on for Skyblock. Don't tell anyone I showed you though. Showing a screenshot of something that's, well, a lot of people have different opinions on what this is, but just from the looks of it with the blocks and the theme, it looks like it's underwater. And so to this, a player responded, saying swimming is the least fun thing to do, more predominantly in version 1.8. And to this, Simon responded, saying it's not aquatic or underwater, you will see soon. So there you have it. Even though the photo looks exactly like something straight out of an ocean monument, it's not actually underwater. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what that is. But of course, Skyblock YouTubers, I'm sure, are excited about this because it's finally some new content. And now for our next story. This is the one that has everybody talking, specifically from the Pit community. For those that don't know, the Pit is a somewhat active minigame on the Hypixel network with a very specific community. This game is known to have a ton of B-hoppers in it, along with players who have prestiged more than once, which means they've basically beaten the game over and over again, so they have armor that they really can't die in. And well, yesterday, Minikloon released a new update to the game that has everybody upset. He made a forum post about it, titled The Pit 1.0.1 Rage Pants, where he says, "Hello, small update.
Oh, I don't think so.
In general, we have buffed Singularity, nerfed critically funky damage reduction, nerfed lifesteal, and Withercraft now costs 2 chunks of Vile." And he also introduces some new leggings into the game known as Rage Pants, where he says there is a new type of pants purchasable for chunks of Vile in the Heresy menu. You first have to unlock the Pure Rage Renown upgrade at Prestige 9. Now, as you guys can see from the ratings of this post, it has way more dislikes than likes. And all of the replies in this forum post is just hate against this new update, saying the main reason that everybody does not like it is because it's buffing B-hoppers. Now, one of the replies to this forum post was made by a player known as GoForFun101, explaining this new update for players like myself who don't really play Pit, where he says for the buff to Singularity, nobody used Singularity. Buffing this means hoppers are now harder to kill. As for nerfing critically funky damage reduction, he says everybody used critically funky since hoppers crit on literally every hit. Some clans are configured to bypass critical hit detection because this enchant was one of the few, along with Solitude, that actually did something to protect you from hoppers, whereas Solitude only works in relative isolation. Critically funky works both at mid and on the outskirts. You just chop that protection in half. And the other 2 nerfs that he talks about also states how they buff B-hoppers, and he ends off his reply by saying this: "I won't go line by line with Rage Pants for the sake of being concise. However, they cost a lot of Vile to create while defeating specific items used to construct a god set. Now guess who has a lot of Vile to burn on acquiring those targeted enchants and also wants to destroy god set users? Not new players. Rage Pants will benefit no class of player more than hopper groups with wealth to waste and a vested interest in forcing pay for truce from legit players who simply want to enjoy the game. You literally gave a whole new set of tools to corrupt players dedicated to pestering users who have stuck with this game despite all the rampant cheating." So as you guys can see, this is a very bad situation for Pit players. And of course, there are forum posts that have been made about this, and because the Pit community wants this update reverted, they actually have started a hashtag #RevertPit. So if you go play the Pit now and you join, you're probably gonna see that being spammed in the lobby. Now the question you probably have right now is Minikloon going to revert this update? And well, there is a screenshot that's been going around, but I cannot confirm or deny if this is actually true. He says, "I'll check back in January and revert the balance changes if people are still mad or if the player count is affected. Otherwise, I think it's just people overreacting." Now, I messaged Minikloon for a statement on the Pit update, along with whether he could confirm or deny this screenshot, and he has not responded to me. So honestly, I have no idea. Take that with a grain of salt. So of course, you guys, I will let you know if there is any update to this situation. And now you guys for one of our final stories of the evening. This one is coming from TimeDeo. Yesterday, he made a video titled, "I'm Not Sorry, Laughing Out Loud." And in the video, he shows that he is back on Skyblock, and the majority of his video is saying how he got onto Hypixel Alert, where he basically admits that in the interview with me and with the messages, it was all just him messing around. Now, you may be thinking, well, did LEGO fall for it? Did LEGO really cover this? Why in the world? Let me tell you guys. Whether or not this was a joke or a troll, I have to be as unbiased as possible, and when the person that this happened to said that it could be a wipe, I have to take that into consideration, whether or not I think that it's true. So because my main goal when I tell the news is to make sure that what I report is real, it means that regardless of whether or not I actually believe Dio, I'm going to be unbiased. And Dio, if you're watching this, when we record that music video together, I'm gonna make you watch anime. Now lastly, I do have a serious statement from Dio. At least, I'm pretty positive it's serious. You know, you can't trust him anymore. But he did give a statement on what happened. But I messaged him asking if he got an update from the admins on what happened. And to this he responded, saying something weird happened with our instance and it locked us out of it. I have no idea why it happened. So there you have it. It looks like Dio has a happy ending to this story, finally getting access to Skyblock and his island once again. And ladies and gentlemen, for our final story of the evening, this one is coming from a mod maker and YouTuber known as Skier, And this story is actually coming from Instagram. He made a post saying, "Though I signed some time ago, I'm thrilled to announce my company, Skier LLC, and it has been acquired. I'm excited to move forward with this new chapter. Stay tuned for future updates." So what can I say, Skier? Big congratulations. It's going to be exciting to see what you do with your company and what it can bring to Hypixel or whatever else you do with it. I don't know. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the news this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. Of course, if you enjoyed these videos, they do take a lot of time and effort to make, so leaving a like on it and a comment, something like that would be much appreciated, you guys. And with that, have a truly blessed day. Hypixel Alert now over 125,000 subscribers. And I will see you next time.